Hello everyone, so welcome to this AWS session again. So in last session we basically expanded our security region wherein we discussed some of the more ways to protect your account, and we basically threw some light on MFA, that is multi-factor authentication. So, and also in the last uh, some few minutes we discussed that before discussing security further, we will be moving on to uh, GIML in AWS. What is GIML? And we will also be seeing how we can deploy our applications automatically to AWS. So before that, we will be discussing infrastructure as a code. Then we'll be discussing our AWS GIML, and then we'll be discussing one of the deployment techniques, that is CloudFormation. So this will be for this tutorial, and in the next session we'll be learning the other parts of this deployment. So let's move on to infrastructure as a code. So infrastructure as code basically it basically describes the idea of using a high level language, or you can say a high level programming language, to control our IT resources. Okay, so let me give you a scenario. So you all might be familiar with this. We'll try to put example as simple as possible. Let's say you have a web application and it has a single page. We'll say, and this page is a login page. It has a username field, it has a password field. Then you have a submit button. So if let's say you want to test the functionality of this page, if this page is working properly or not, and if you are able to successfully log in or not using the correct user ID and password, and in case your user ID and password is incorrect, then whether it throws an error or not. So let's say this is your one of the test case, and you have deployed this application on a machine, or let's say on a server. This application is deployed. So let's say this is your server where you have hosted your web application, and this web application has, so this is your server where you have hosted this web application, and this web application has a login page which has a username field, this has a password field, and this has a login button. So if your username or password or your credentials are correct, then you will be able to successfully log in. You'll be able to see a success page, and if your username and password are incorrect, correspondingly you will be directed to an error page saying username or password is incorrect. So this is our simplest of the test cases, and we have a server where this application is hosted. Now you do all these steps manually, and let's say now to automate this process you use Selenium or any automation tool to automatically fill in username and password, and then click the submit button to check the functionality. So you automated the entire process. So in this case you are automating testing of your web application. You have web application and you have automated the test cases to check the functionality of your application. So this with this concept, I think more or everyone is familiar with this automation testing. So that is for your application, say. So let's say if we have a language which can automate your infrastructure as well. So let's say this is your development environment, and if you want to, and if you know if your application has passed all the test cases, then you move your code to higher environments. Let's say then you move your code to your test environment, and then you move your code to QA environment, let's say, depending on on your requirements and on your regions, and at last you move your code to production environment wherein people can access your application. So this way you have automated the testing of your web application. Let's say if we had a way to automate the infrastructure as well. So by infrastructure I mean the machine on which your application is hosted, the servers on which your application is hosted. If you have load balancers, then all those balancers will be created automatically, and if you have a database connection, then that DB should also create it dynamically on the fly. So if we have a language, or if we have a high level programming language to control our IT resources, then it will be pretty easy for us. So let's say if you want to test something, if you have this all this setup in your development environment, and if you want to test the code, and then you want to move the code to higher environment, then you can simply create this server on the fly. You can simply create load balancers on the fly using this script or using this programming language. If you can describe your infrastructure as a code, by describing infrastructure as a code, I mean you can describe whatever infrastructure you are using. Let's say you are using a server, then you can say I want a server. If you are using load balancers, you can describe your infrastructure as containing a load balancers also. And if you have databases, then you can describe your infrastructure as DB. So all these infrastructure, or all this infrastructure will be created on the fly, and once this infrastructure is created, your application will be hosted and you can test it. And once you have hosted your web application, you have created all the infrastructure, and if you don't need it, you can simply delete all the infrastructure again. So this is the advantage of AWS. You can describe your infrastructure as a code. You can write a script for creating AWS resources. You can write a script to create an S3 bucket. You can write a script to create an EC2 instance. You don't have to do the steps. You don't have to do the steps which we did in our earlier tutorials, like going to EC2 service, then choosing instance. You can write a script and you can execute that script so that all the resources are created. So advantage of this is that, let's say you have some infrastructure created in your dev environment. If you create a script of it, and if you want to move the code later on into test environment, then you don't have to create all the infrastructure on your own. So you will be having a script file. You will be having this script file, and this script file will be having all the resources. We just have to change some values if you want to, according to your test environment, and on the basis of that script, whole of the infrastructure will be created for you. So you won't have to spend those extra hours creating that infrastructure. So you can describe whole your infrastructure in the form of a script.